Good evening, everybody. You're here with Gamers Geek Radio. Tonight is kind of a special show, kind of not, depends on how you look at it. But it's all about Fallout 4. Maybe some Fallout 3 in New Vegas, because you can't talk about one without the others. I'm Brandon, your host. We have with us a guest host tonight. His name is Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
um, as I said, this is Steve's first time here. We're just doing a casual show tonight. Figured we'd not do a review of Fallout, but the point of view from the casual gamers that put a good bit of hours into it. Got about 300 hours into the game on the PC here. I don't know about Steve, but this man's got 120 some odd power armor, so I'm pretty sure that accounts for something.
Yeah, a couple hundred hours.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get some shout outs out of the way. We only have a few of them tonight, but thank you for sharing Lady Venom's Lair, Game Share Play, and Bugsy Smith Gaming. Appreciate it. Also, the Promenade. Always the Promenade. All right, let's get into it. Steve, tell us about your game. Why is Fallout what it is to you? Like you said before, you couldn't really get into 3 and New Vegas, but Fallout 4 was something special.
I don't know about special, but it was more, as a casual gamer, it was more appealing to me because it wasn't like 3 in Vegas where, like I said earlier, where it was like you had to go through 6 to 8 different questions.
Yeah.
With different answers. You know, it slowed down too much for me. Now, a lot of people complain in Fallout 4 where it's too simplified to, you only got 4 answers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, for a gamer like me, I liked it.
Yeah, and that was a big point for me. The Fallout 3 in New Vegas, you make a decision, you might screw it up and reload a save, or save scum, as people call it.
Right.
And with Fallout 4, I was doing way less of that. I was more confident with what I was doing. Granted, I'd played through Fallout 3 in New Vegas a couple times, modded them to all hell and back. 120, 130 mods each time, and it changed the game. So, but I still felt that, yeah, there was a more casual feel to Fallout 4. It was a lot easier to sit down for a couple hours whenever you have time and play it.
Definitely.
I have more time on my hands being a college student, but as a family man, not so much. You got to spread it out, as you say, or get the doghouse.
Oh yeah.
But and that's the kicker with Fallout. If you want to invest 10 hours of your day in it and progress 30-40% in the story, you can. If not, a couple hours a night, you get what you got to get going, and you're able to still enjoy the game.
Or spend a couple hours just building your settlement.
Exactly. Oh, the settlement building was great. I loved the start of that in Skyrim with Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad they included that in Fallout and kind of expanded upon it, Fallout 4, excuse me, and made it to what it is now with the included workshop stuff. I have a couple mods that actually add more items on top of what the workshop adds.
Jeez.
So it's something you can do. Like my father, he was showing me the other day on his stream on Twitch his little settlement in Sanctuary. Those new fusion generators or whatever, the ones that produce 100,000 power. He's sitting at 999,999 power at Sanctuary. It's a done. There is no issue with power now with what they added. See, now you can take that, and if you felt so inclined, you can set up all that power in one spot and link it to every single other settlement through power cables. You can essentially rebuild the wasteland with lights, street lights, just off that one power setup now. Seriously.
Except for Spectacle Island.
Yeah, because there's nothing a place to get out there, so it's kind of on its own little off-grid thing. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I've got the provisioners going from Spectacle Island to the mainland, and you look out in the water and see the Brahmin just floating across the water. the guy comes walking out of the, like he's been walking on the floor of the ocean. Comes
It's
out of the
cool.
water.
I'm just gonna walk down here. I'll be all right.
I remember the first time I was top of my settlement. I looked over. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I get down there, I run over there. I'm like, are you kidding me? They actually walk. I mean, the Brahmin's floating because of the backpacks, I guess.
But the person's walking on the ocean floor
Yeah,
like you would be in a power. That's beautiful.
cracked me up, and then like every time I go to them, they don't have what I want. So I'm like, what's the point of you? I mean, I don't get it, but
That's beautiful.
because that's
No,
where I built my settlement.
yeah, I started in Sanctuary, and I kind of did those save the settlement missions from oh God, what's his name?
Preston,
Yes, Preston.
the annoying.
Yeah. Hey, the settlement needs help. I was just there, and I just helped that settlement. Thanks. So
I think
I
that's
kind of quit doing all those after I set up each settlement with all its guns. By the time I fast traveled to that damn settlement, the guns handle it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, appreciate it. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing then. Thanks.
Yep. He got annoying quick.
Yeah, yeah,
Very quick.
and I that kind of killed the Minutemen quest line for a lot of people. No spoilers or anything, just because there's not a whole lot of spoilers for that quest line, anyways.
Well, the Minutemen I didn't even do.
Uh, they're kind of weird. Their quest line doesn't really coincide with anything, but it does with everything. If that makes any sense, they're just kind of there.
Their biggest mistake was letting me and dance in the building. Because once they open up that final door, hope no one's gotten this part before. But once they let me in, me and Dance unloaded on them.
Oh God, poor Minutemen.
They had no chance. Even their little robot come run out of the back room, decimated within seconds. I was like, nope.
I'm close to that. I have. Oh God, I quit messing with the Brotherhood before they gave me that little option, and that's when I went with the Railroad.
Right.
Oh, hold on. I got one more shout out, it seems. But it's I don't know. It's hard to compare Fallout to pretty much anything. It's a game that I've loved since the beginning. I played Fallout 1, Fallout 2. I only played them once, beat them, and moved on,
Right.
But Fallout 3, Fallout 4, I was playing those, oh God, in high school before I even knew the intricacies of the game itself. And it just stuck with me. It's been a game that I've loved since the beginning. Okay. Well, one extra shout out, excuse me, it's just the Xbox Live Facebook group. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you get alerts or something?
No, it's just from Miss Rage. But we follow all these people and they share us and we give them a shout out for sharing our page, pretty much.
So she's kind of like me and mom. Don't do that.
Make sure you do that.
Huh?
No, Miss Rage keeps us in line.
I can understand that. I understand, but I can see it.
Yes. There you go. So let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about the DLC. The two so far, Automatron and the Workshop. Straightforward.
Right.
Workshop is the Workshop. It adds all sorts of stuff. New building materials, new walls, new floors. I don't know if it adds anything in terms of like farming stuff or greenhouses or anything like that.
Actually, it does. Sure. It does.
It does. See, there you go.
They've added in the planter boxes.
Nice.
So instead of
just planting it on the floor and having your crops die on you and everything,
you can have the crops by the building.
That is very cool. All right.
fact, I put a couple on the very top of my roof. just for that, just to do it, you know.
Are your people standing on the roof tending to them?
No, they're never doing what they're supposed to do. They're wandering around the damn island, and I'm like, get to work.
Yeah, yep. I had you set on that gun over there. Why are you over here in the bed when it's daytime?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. And then like I'll put them on. You know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 gun emplacements. The mortars.
Oh wow, wow.
And they all been assigned, and I'll go back, and half of them will be unassigned. I'm like, no.
See, I think that's an issue with the game itself. The code is wonky with the AI.
Right. I'll say they are. Even the people that put in the shops, they'll like they quit.
Yes.
They'll say unassigned. I'm like, no, get back there.
Yep.
And it gets annoying because you end up relying on the shops to sell stuff to yourself to get a cap.
Sell stuff to yourself. You also get some sort of profit from it as well. The extra stim packs, the extra purified water, that all goes into your little. I'm gonna call it a stash, just because or a bank, whatever you want to call it. And I hoard everything, to be totally honest. I started playing it, just started picking everything up. So the one crucial mod that I have is called weightless junk. Exactly what it means. My junk is weightless because I pick everything up. Plastic dishes, the little tin cans, the little teddy bears you see that stare at you. Oh, yeah. Freaky thing. The symbol monkeys that you see in the game that you can blow their heads off. Have you found the little Easter egg for that?
Don't
I'm not going to tell you. Just try and look for it now because it's freaky as hell.
But how will I know?
You'll find a room with the monkeys. That's all I'm going to say.
A room.
There's nothing guiding you to it. I randomly found it in a city. I'm not going to say where, not going to say what building or anything. But I was just roaming around in my power armor, walked in this room, turned to the left, just kind of confronted by a whole bunch of freakiness. Think of it in the sewer staring at you through the sewer and screaming, "Come down here, little child." Yeah.
Now you got me intrigued. I'm going to spend the rest of the night probably.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. That gave me a nightmare.
You won't give me any tips on where's it nearby? Like Good Neighbor or the Diamond City area?
Nope. You'll find it. It's in a populated area. Fairly common. You'll find it.
All right.
It took me. I heard about it. I didn't want to look at the location, and it took me like a solid week of just checking every single building.
Oh, I ain't gonna look there.
But no, it ain't worth that. But it was one of the weirdest moments in a video game for me. I was legitimately just kind of
freaked out.
Oh, I'm gonna go back this way. I don't want to. I don't want that. No, thank you. I wish I would have got a screenshot of monkeys. It. And pretty much, and they're all activated as you go in. They're not just like on standby or anything. They're all activated. All the eyes are shining. They're all chiming in tune with each other, and there's an ominous music going on. It was just so freaky. Probably.
Even if I find it, I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to go find it again and go back in it, but it was just really awkward.
Kind of like one of those moments where you stop and slowly back out.
Yep. It's like, you've seen all the skeletons in the Fallout world. They're dead skeletons, the heads in the toilet and the bodies on the ground, and you see the hand holding like a bottle of beer or something. I know you found the little teddy bears stuck underneath the trash can with the cinder block on top of the trash can and teddy bear, and there's a sign that says timeout. Yeah. Weird crap like that is what makes Fallout what it is.
Each other.
There you go.
The one reference to SpongeBob, the chocolates episode.
Oh my god, I haven't found this one.
It's I mean, it's not like it's a direct, it's like a hint to it.
Yeah.
You'll find a wheelchair, with a skull and a spine.
Oh, the little nematode old lady thing.
Yeah,
Chocolates.
yeah.
Oh,
That one.
okay.
I even
Okay.
came across one where it showed a teddy bear, I think it was, or it was in one of the sewers up on a ledge. There was a television there, and the teddy bear was playing Pong.
Oh, God.
And there was another chair empty, and some people are trying to say that that's a hint to co-player, co-op in the future. That Fallout 4 might have co-op. I'm like, how do you come up with that? It's just a teddy bear playing Pong by himself.
I haven't found
That
that
one,
one. That's freaky.
there's a lot of freaky stuff that
Yeah.
makes you
And
want the
and
developers, like, what are they thinking when they do it? Then I don't want to know, maybe.
they are on something else. Fallout has been like that since Fallout 3. I remember in New Vegas, I don't know if you played it
A little
enough. You
bit.
probably did. But you're right outside of oh God. Not Freeside. What's the beginning town? I can't remember right now.
I couldn't tell you.
Good Springs. Good Springs. You're right outside of Good Springs, and you're going down to do the first quest with the chick and her dog. If you go to the left of the road, there's an old 1950s fridge, and inside this fridge is a skeleton with khakis, a white shirt, a white button-up shirt, and a hat. It's from the movie uh, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, I believe. When he's in the nuclear test town, he gets inside the lead-lined fridge, and then he's launched inside the fridge.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was a little homage to that, and this was done, I believe, before the Indiana Jones movie came out. It
But I
was
knew
done
about it
in,
before the movie came out.
yeah, I think, because New Vegas came out in what, 2009, seven?
I think 7. No, no, no. It would have to be after, because 2007 is when I bought
2010.
my 360. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
So I'm thinking Fallout 3.
But you wanted to talk about the DLC?
Yeah. They're mainly the first two is what we have, just because we don't know anything about Far Harbor, which is their first big expansion pack.
Right.
Um, I kind of have a feeling that it's going to be like a Point Lookout for New Vegas, or oh Jesus,
So something pretty large.
yeah. Just the overall feel of it is probably going to be like Point Lookout, which is real downtrodden, inbred kind of place. Excuse my language, but that's what it was. They were inbred rednecks. As bad as that is to say, that was the whole theme to that DLC, and it was freaky.
Right.
But I think Far Harbor is going to have that feel with Honest Hearts DLC from New Vegas. I believe
Right.
it was called. Was like it was a new land with one of the protagonists from the game. He was called the Burned Man, and he was kind of uniting the native people in that area to help fight and keep the land safe from the invaders, the regular wastelanders. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be like that. It's going to be a huge land. There's no leaks or anything, no information regarding it at all. But the way they teased it and mentioned what they did, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a big port side area. I mean, you're in a
Right.
big harbor, and it's looked like it was wintry, kind of crazy high sea stuff. So
Well, that would explain the winterized coating you could put on the armor.
exactly, exactly. So I think we're going to see a new territory, probably something along the lines of the abominable snowman that you were talking about, because the area looked snowy. It looked further north than where we are right now.
Right. Right.
I mean, they're in Boston. You go further north past Maine, New York, and whatnot, then you're near Canada. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. The first two DLCs are solid. They're great. The workshop is beautiful. Just looking at the stuff that you can build now without having to do any mods or anything like that is how it should have been in the first place, to be totally honest. But better late than never.
And well, I'm going to be one of those people that says the workshop should have been from the very beginning because I paid extra to get it.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever said that, honestly, with any kind of DLC. That the workshop part should have been from the very beginning. Like I said, I would have built my settlement differently from the ground up. Because now I'm like going back and changing things.
Now you're rethinking what you did because you had limited stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff you could build before, but it was limited. You couldn't sit there and take all the crappy little grass on the streets and get rid of them like you can now, or get rid of whole houses and their foundations. You can do that now. Before, you just kind of had to deal with one of those dilapidated looking houses with the hole in the wall that you couldn't fix. Well, you could with the rug fix. You know, you put a rug down, you put something on top of the rug, and then you move the rug and kind of fit it in real nice. Yeah.
I did that my second character.
I started doing that. That's how I repaired the castle, by kind of smushing the blocks together as best I could.
The job done.
And right, it worked. But and that was the issue with Skyrim, with Hearthstone. People thought that shouldn't have been a paid DLC or part of the season pass just because it didn't feel like it should have been. Granted, the workshop stuff was all free. The Automatron DLC is also free. But that should have been there from the beginning, to be totally honest. You had all these random companions that you could get in the base game itself. Even some robotic companions if you played your cards right with, well, Codsworth loves you either way. But there's others that you can get. Now you can make the destroyer dudes that are the 6-legged bug-looking dudes that have a laser gun on one arm and a giant rocket launcher on the other arm you can't kill. Or you can make a floating 2-armed sword dude that has swords for arms.
Yep. I've got 4 of those 3-legged mechs.
Oh my god.
I made a mistake. The first one is I gave him dual mini nukes on the back.
Oh my Jesus.
And the reason I say it's a mistake is because he just lets them fly and he don't care if you're in the way. I got destroyed by my own companion because he fired upon the hound that came after me with the damn nukes.
That is beautiful.
I gave you miniguns and stuff, and you got to use both nukes on your back to take out a dog.
That is beautiful. There's no such thing as overkill in this game. No.
Oh no! I took him back to the shop and stripped him of his nukes. I was like, no, not anymore. I just left him with his what I give him, the Tesla gun on one hand.
Yeah.
And a flamethrower on the other. Go, that's good enough.
That'll work. That's
you went a little too psycho on me. I'm like, no, that's all right.
I've only checked out the Automatron stuff a little bit. I still got to do the quest line for it and everything. But I love that kind of stuff. That's what keeps me interested in the game that much longer. Just because I'm going to make a crap load of companions and set them around every single settlement as protection. Oh, this little tiny settlement needs some help? No, they're fine. They're A-okay, promise. They've got 2 of those 6-legged behemoths. They're all right.
Yeah. I've also noticed that you add these companions to your settlement, it doesn't affect the limit.
I don't think it registers companions as an actual civilian in the settlement.
Well, now
it might raise the number, but the limit of the people isn't affected. I've noticed that as well.
Like I've got Spectacle Island that said that I guess the limit's 20, but since I've added companions as far as the robots go, it's gone up to 24.
It could be because they're actual robots and they don't count as people in the settlement.
I could. I wouldn't know for sure. I noticed that when after I built the first 3, that it was.
That's cool.
And I'm like,
that's good to know.
Because I remember because I've got Kate hanging out in Spectacle Island.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple. I've got my son there. And I think another one. But it wouldn't let me add any more people. It stopped at 20. And now I'm noticing.
But you can still add companions, though.
the robot companions don't
Yeah.
affect the settlement time.
That's something I never really noticed. That's awesome. I learned something new.
I wish the dog didn't even be counted, but he is for some reason.
Oh man, dog meat is the man. I used him for so long. I just started using Nick Valentine, the synth that's defected, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
He's cool just because he reminds me of those old '50s detectives with their
I'm
38
Bogart.
special. Yeah, Beauregard. There you go.
Yeah,
There
the old 40s and 50s.
you go.
Yeah, she. Yeah,
Yeah. See,
yeah.
and I love that whole part. Um, oh, what's the town? Good Neighbor, I believe it was called. The
Yeah.
whole feel to it with the
Hancock.
presidential looking ghoul president
Hancock.
Hancock. There you go. Him and his little triangle, George
Yeah,
Washington.
I killed him.
I told him to do his own thing and go wander and do drugs.
No,
He said, okay.
I use him up as I use him as much as I could to get what I needed or wanted out of him, and yeah, I still go back to good neighbor to his office, and his head's still laying on the floor.
Oh
Once I was
God.
done with him, I took him out. I told you,
Oh
man.
God.
Ruthless brotherhood, man.
Yeah, you're a ghoul. I'm sorry, dude.
That's right. I'll get out of you what I need, and then
And then you're
uh,
done.
you're gone. I remember I told you to sign on my settlement about the no ghouls, no
Yeah, yeah.
super mutants, no synths, and someone's like, "You're racist." I'm like, "How the hell am I racist?" The synths
That's
are
what the
not even a race.
Brotherhood
The
does.
ghouls aren't even a race. Maybe the super mutants might be considered a race, but again, it's a damn game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Racist man.
I
But
mean, you're living up to what the Brotherhood do. That's their motto. If you're not a human, you're gone. Sorry.
don't come to my settlement.
Yep. Don't get on my property, boy.
My defense is tapped off at 999,
Oh my God.
and like I wish I could show the pictures. I mean, I think Mary's got them. I put them on the Facebook page with the Boss group. But I've got the walls lined with the mini guns, the rock. I just now added, I think, 50 rocket launchers because of that new generator we're talking about. Like
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
like
The fusion one.
a lot of people built their settlements as a settlement. Like a small little village.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
built mine like a fortress of military fortress, Brotherhood, and it's like
That's what I
once you
did.
come inside the wall, you can live inside the wall, but you live by my rules.
That is what I did just because I had the idea of taking that settlement and expanding it. At one point, I wanted to take Sanctuary and expand it all the way to the rocket gas station and everything, and wall everything in. But before, you couldn't. You couldn't tear down all that crap that was in the way. Now, if you want to build a huge castle settlement type thing, go for it. You can do it.
You're saying
You
with
can,
the new workshop, I go back to the sanctuary and strip down every building.
yeah, you can tear the whole building down now and even down to the foundation, correct?
I knew you could before, like the ones that were collapsed.
Yeah, yeah, but not the other ones that just were there and you didn't want to use them. So now you can actually clear that whole space out and build your own stuff.
Well, I sense myself going on a scavenge hunt.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go strip down all the buildings and take the materials to Spectre Island. That's what I do.
See, now only if you could load up your crafting inventory while you're roaming and somewhat scavenge some things. I understand that's overpowered as hell, but can you imagine how many less things I'd have to pick up and stick in my inventory if I could do that?
Yeah,
All those tin cans and little plastic forks and little cigarettes on the floor, I would just dismantle that crap and go to my inventory. No, I gotta put it in my pockets. Reach my hand in my pocket, an old crusty cigarette in the dish tray. Well, it's Fallout.
yeah, yeah. I mean, once I unlocked the perk for Strongback,
Yes. Oh
it
God,
allows
that's a
you to
must.
fast travel.
That
That's what
that
I
is
do.
a must.
I go to every settlement and just strip them of the resources they've gathered.
Yep. Yep.
And leave them wanting.
Yep. Oh, you have that? Oh, that's mine now. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep.
I what?
Well, I was kind of emulating what happened. You'd go to the settlement. That's mine. That's mine now. That's mine also. Oh, you're using that? No, that's mine too. Thank you.
Thank you for your donation to the Brotherhood.
Oh, that's right. You actually can do that, can't you? You get the quest part to go to the settlements in the name of the Brotherhood instead of the Minutemen. And
yeah,
you can...
that's just food.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying, like, when I go grab all their concrete.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for your donation. Thank you. And like I said, I'm hoping that the mod thing comes out for console, because
it is. There will be mods for consoles.
I would love to be able to paint all the power armor in camouflage. And I was thinking specifically World War II German armor camouflage.
Oh God, the Panzer colored.
Yeah,
the staggered design stuff they used to do. Yeah.
They have some pretty effective camouflage, but just I'm a World War II buff, and it's like I would just love all 120 power armors painted in the German ambush theme with the black and white cross on them.
Oh God!
Everybody's talking about how the Brotherhood is Nazis, and I'm like cracking up, and I'm like,
I wouldn't view them as Nazis. More so, dedicated humanity trying to keep humanity there. That gives no shits, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you've gotten far in the storyline, right?
I am close to where you start looking for Sean.
Okay, then I'm not going to say this last part, but
I mean, you're more than welcome to say it. It's not going to be a spoiler for me. Promise you.
I loved collecting all the parts for Liberty Prime.
Oh God!
And
I was watching that on stream when someone was playing it. That was my favorite part of, I believe it was Fallout 3, when you got to start up Liberty Prime for the first time and get him active again. Oh my God, it was amazing.
In Fallout 4, like, you use him to attack the Institute.
Yeah.
And I'm following him going down the street. He's just blowing things up, and
his giant little laser beam and rockets going everywhere. It's a huge. I just think of it as Optimus Prime, to be totally honest.
Yeah, you know those giant super mutants, the big, huge ones.
Yeah.
One got in his way. I've got it on. I've got the video.
Oh my God!
He picked him up by the head and snapped his neck and threw him over his shoulder.
Wow!
In front of me, I'm like, okay, yeah.
All right. Well,
march on. Let me just scavenge everything this guy had.
Yeah, let me take this guy's stuff and go ahead and just smack anybody else down.
It was pretty funny because I was like, because I wasn't paying attention to what he was doing until I saw him pick up the body. I was watching. I'm like, holy shit! He just snapped his neck.
That is great.
Just picked it up, whack. Kept walking. I'm like, yeah. I'm glad.
That is great. See, now I'm gonna have to get back into it and play it again. I've been thinking about restarting my Fallout just because all this new stuff has come out and my settlement's not how I wanted it because I had limited resources, you know. So
yeah,
I don't even know. I mean, there's so much to the game. Even with just what we have and no major DLC. I understand the Automatron gives you some quests and whatnot, but
not too many.
Not too many, but it's not really needed. It doesn't have the dynamic quest system that Skyrim has. It's infinite in Skyrim. Right. It'll keep happening. You'll keep getting quests. They're not going to stop. Yeah, you'll probably been to that area before for something, but the next quest will be something different for that area 10, 20 hours down the road. Fallout 4 kind of has that with the Minutemen helping and other stuff, and it's random encounters that are always going on.
Right.
Like I remember my first time walking down the road, I forget where I was going, but I'm in my power armor, I only got a couple cores left, and I come across this area managed by the iBots, the robots,
Yeah.
and they're running the stores. There's a bunch of old timey cars everywhere,
Oh
and
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
an administrator dude talking on the radio up top, and
Yep.
I finally figured out how to go up to him, and I start talking to him. I'm saying, "Yeah, I'm the new manager. Blah blah blah. It's me. Here's my ID." That's not you, intruder. Intruder. So all of a sudden, there's 10 or 12 of these iBots just wrecking my face, and I'm in full power armor. It's upgraded to at least mid tier. It's not the best, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there with my minigun, just chewing through them. All of a sudden, a behemoth is coming out of nowhere because of the fight. I'm sitting up top in the little tower from the very beginning, shooting down at him, and behemoth is right underneath me, trying to hit me. So I'm just stuck there,
Yeah.
staring down at the behemoth, wondering why me, why my luck. And that was something I never really experienced with Skyrim in New Vegas, or Fallout 3 for that matter. The encounters weren't there. You knew what was going to happen after a certain point because you've probably already played it or been to that area before and died a good couple times.
Right.
With Fallout 4, even though you go to an area, you might die. You come back to that area, some of those enemies might not be there. They'll be dead, replaced by another enemy that just cleared house.
Yep.
That's what was so good about Fallout, or is so good about Fallout 4.
I also noticed that some people experience different things than others.
Yes.
Like Mary found a cellar door out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, God.
On the map. And she tried to help me find it on my map, but when I went to the area, there's nothing but a junk car.
Was she able to go in the cellar or anything?
I don't know. We never got that far. I don't know if she went into it or not, but I was like, "Where's that at?" She's like, she started sending messages where to go, and I went to the spot, and it was like, for me, it was a junk car. For her,
that is trippy.
For her, it was a cellar door, like the one in Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And then I think she went on a different character, and it was a safe in the same spot. She could confirm.
Okay, so there very well could be random set generation for each character.
Could be.
That's not something I noticed, to be honest, because I've only been playing it on the one character. I mean, I was playing for about 100 hours and then accidentally deleted a save of mine and then restarted. Yeah. And I don't think I noticed too many different things. Oh, she says, yes, she went in it.
Yeah.
What did you find in it? That is trippy, man. She's a typing. But that's awesome. I really didn't know that. I knew the world was different in some aspects, not really quest-wise, main quest-wise and whatnot. But I didn't know it was to that extent to where you'll find a completely different generation there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me where to go, Miss Rage, and I'll go check that out, see if I can find it. That is awesome. Okay. She says nothing good was in it. All right, it's like there was one cellar I found. It was in Diamond City. I finally went in there, talked to Piper, the little news lady, and everything, and then I went right behind the houses in some sort of alley and just kind of kept wandering the outskirts of the town. Found a random cellar, went in it. There was a couple of dead bodies sat up in chairs like mine, hands full of empty beer bottles, and there was a box of antiseptic and like the Clorox cleaner that they have in the Fallout world. I forget what it's called.
Borax.
I think it is called Borax. It's the box of Borax and then some sugar bombs and then a bunch of bottles of beer next to the dead bodies. So these people had gone down into the cellar in Diamond City, committed suicide with whatever they drank, and right next to those dead bodies is a damn suitcase full of gold bars.
I'm going to have to go look for that place.
Yeah, it's in Diamond City. For me, it was. I don't remember which house it was behind, but just look for a cellar door, like you know what they look like. Yeah, right, I know there is one in Sanctuary. I saw that one as well. That had some other dead bodies as well in there, I think.
Yeah, that had gold bars and
yeah. So some of those cellars, there's a pretty common theme: dead bodies, gold bars, and suitcase.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know if it was like a speakeasy kind of theme where the prohibition had got to them and they said, you know what, screw it, we're just going to go out with a bang and no one's going to get our gold. That kind of thing.
Could be.
Or what?
I'm gonna look for
So,
that seller.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. I've been playing the game for ages. Like I said, I'm level 54 and I haven't even finished the main story. I'm like 45, 50% through it. I've
Right.
just been so sidetracked doing everything else and finding all the other little things like the random bosses. You can fight the Swan Dude and the the Silver Shroud stuff. Did you find that thing?
Yeah.
Where
Did
you,
all.
where you go and find Grognak the Barbarian's axe and
Yep.
all that? Yep.
In
So
fact, that costume, I've got it on Kate.
yeah, yeah.
The little fur.
I think there's a legit quest to it. You have to sit there and listen to the radio show as it plays, and I think by the end of it, it gives you the quest itself. But that was one of the coolest parts to me because you go inside the little comic store and you find where they recorded the Silver Shroud stuff. You find the prop guns and all that crap.
Yep.
That is always
And
a good
crap
thing.
load of ghouls.
Oh my god. Grenade, 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 a little bit
Actually,
more grenades.
my favorite weapon on the ghouls is the pray and spray.
Oh, the exploding
The gun.
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, the submachine gun, Tommy
Yep.
gun.
I like going after legs, take them out, and let them crawl around.
Yep, there you go. There you go. I actually have a picture to show. Hold on.
Right.
I was doing that exact same thing. It was real early on in my playthrough. Oh, hold on. I didn't want to do a slideshow. There we go. This dude here. Yeah. That was one of the most terrifying moments in my beginning playthrough. This is
A legend.
like, yeah, he was a legendary feral ghoul dude. He had a bunch of other buddies with him, but that little 357 or 44 Magnum, I forget what I modded it to. I kneecapped the dude from across the way, and he was crawling towards me nice and slowly. I'm gonna get you. I don't have any arms and one leg, but I'm gonna get you. I
Yeah.
stood there and watched him crawl for a solid 30 minutes. I'd back up. I'm gonna get you. I'm coming. Don't you worry. It, it was trippy. It was just awkward and kind of horrifying. Let me see what other pictures I got I can show y'all. Yeah, there's one of them. Just the strange dead skeleton teddy bear you always find.
Yeah, a lot of creepy crap in this game.
This is my favorite. These are the radiation storms that they have.
Oh yeah.
I have a mod called True Storms,
Right.
and what it does is it takes the degree of the damage and whatnot. It kind of escalates it to where you have to wear power armor or you have to sleep through it. Otherwise, you're going to be dead in 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
But the way it makes it look in game is you'll see rolling dust devils of radiation clouds and lightning in the dust devil as it's traveling across the land. It won't scoop up any cars or anything like tornadoes do, but it'll take enemies and it'll send them flying. The ragdoll is just amazing with it.
Yeah.
Random picture. This is another trippy one. A couple kind of, yeah. I don't remember where this one was.
I think that's by the dam.
Oh, right outside of that little main city.
Yeah, there's like a dam that flooded a small little village area where there's a bunch of ghouls.
Gotcha. I remember it. There's little walkways and whatnot. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. There's like walkways to rooftop to rooftop. What the heck?
These are the Raider tunnels. I went underground in the subway, and these are their victims. That's yeah. Dude's got a pipe through his nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Fallout. Everybody knows what that's supposed to be.
I see a ladle and 2 balls.
Yeah. You use the dark side of the imagination. This was my first time with a nuke. Yeah. This was Czar something. It was a settlement up at the top center of the map. And there was a legendary raider in power armor and a legendary regular raider with him. I died like 4 times before I said, screw this, going back for the nuke, and I got the nuke.
Took them out?
Yeah. They're
That's
still the nukes of Fallout 3. I love it.
That's what I noticed also. Like, when you use a nuke, people survive it. And I'm
It's
like,
kind of weird. Yeah.
that makes no sense. That could
Here's
never
another
get into
little
dog meat.
mod. My dog meat, he's a German Shepherd. Black German Shepherd, I should say. The armor and everything. Can't go wrong with dog meat.
I don't know. You know, once I could find other companions, I got rid of the dog.
Start screenshots. Hold on. There you go. This is the power armor I was talking about. The Warhammer 40k stuff. The Black texture to it. It is beautiful.
See, that's something I'm talking about. I'll be able to do that kind of stuff.
Mods are coming. I'm just going to go ahead and pause it on this picture. The console mods, they're going to be limited. Not greatly, but they're going to be limited. Just because the PC can handle more graphics and more possibilities with that.
Right.
But you'll most likely see a ton of texture mods, maybe some gameplay additions. I think would be really nice. Like the difficulty changes they added, the survivor mode and everything like that. There was a mod for that on the PC beforehand, and then once they released that, that mod's now obsolete just because they made the Fallout survivor mode legit, how it should be.
Okay.
And I've been playing it that way ever since. I mean, so far you can use a console command on the PC to turn your HUD off entirely, to where you have no power armor reading, no core reading, no ammo reading, nothing, not even a crosshair. Now that with survivor mode or survival as they call it, whatever it is, right. I died within the first 10-15 minutes 5 or 6 times just walking out of Sanctuary and getting bombarded by retarded stuff.
Really?
Such a challenge. Here's the teddy bear that was in timeout.
Okay, yeah.
See, it's a little chair sitting on top. He's handcuffed. Yeah. It's the little things like this that are...
I'm actually at the point now where I just, as I'm scavenging for materials and just doing, going around just wasting and killing stuff, I look for little things like this.
And that's what I love. Excuse me if the Facebook... Oh, I forgot about this picture. This was another Raider hangout where they're obviously cannibals. Yeah.
That's one perk I added to my character, is the ability to cannibalize.
Now, I've never done that in the game, I don't think. Just because it was a thing in New Vegas, you could eat the dead bodies. It was like vampirism or something in New Vegas was the perk. You could eat the fresh corpse, but if anybody saw you doing so, you would then lose reputation and whatnot with that faction, or they would just outright attack you because they saw you feasting on their dead buddy.
Oh, really? Because in 4, I've done it in front of like Kate or a couple companions. All they do is make some kind of comment like, "Oh, disgusting," or you'll see something like, Strong didn't like that.
Strong don't like nothing. Strong doesn't like you getting into your power armor, getting out of it. I'm sitting here thinking, look, you want me to be strong like mutant. I'm getting into the power armor so I can smack mutants in the face like you do. And you don't like it? Listen here, dude. I don't agree with your lifestyle. You need to get to liking it.
He was annoying as hell.
And I have him in Sanctuary. And every time I get in my power armor and get out, Strong dislike that. Human weak. Human must get strong. I hate it. It's like there was one crying dude in the division that stood next to the crafting bench, and he cried and cried and cried, didn't stop crying, and it's all he did. I'd be standing there crafting my stuff for 2 hours in the division and just hearing the crying in the game. Same thing with Strong. Look here, man, if I wanted your opinion, I would click on you and talk to you. You stop it now.
Yeah. And then actually, all the companions got on my nerves to where, even the robots now, they question what you're doing, or why you
Yes.
picking that stuff up. You shouldn't be carrying so much stuff. And I'm like, then you
Yep.
carry.
Look here, man. You can carry my stuff, okay?
Yeah.
I
I look at it this way. Look, you're lucky to be walking around with me, so just shut the hell up. I mean, honestly, if I could kill some of these characters in the game, like Preston, who would have been dead a long time ago, but same with Valentine. Kate, I keep Kate around because, come on, redheaded Scottish girl, pretty hot.
Everybody's got a thing for a Kate. It's okay. My dad used her almost exclusively.
I saw her take down a guy with like a hip toss.
Oh, she's the unarmed companion, isn't she? She's the one from that arena thing.
Yeah.
I remember that. The little random fight
noticed
club.
what she does before. I just because I'm doing my thing and we're in a situation where I got done. I turn around and a guy had attacked her, and she just flipped him over. Did one of those hip checks like the wrestlers do. And while he was down on the back, she just kicked the shit out of him. I was like,
Kate is a badass.
I think I got that on clip too, but I have to look for it. But I was like, yeah, okay, she can handle herself.
No doubt. Okay.
I was worried the fact she only carried a double barrel shotgun. And if she could handle being out there, but yeah, she did fine. Other than talking about her ass all the time, yeah.
I got tired of hearing that about Kate, man.
Something about we can move faster if I stop wasting my time looking at her ass.
Yep. Move your ass. We gotta move faster.
Yeah. So now she just hangs out at my Spectacle Island. Every time I go there, she's in bed though. Like I was saying earlier, the people don't do their. The only one who's actually busted his ass on my settlement is my boy.
Dance.
No, not Dance. Sean.
Okay. Okay, got you.
Yeah, Sean. He's the only one that every time I go there, he's actually tilling the farm. Then the artillery men actually stand at their post, but the rest of them are just wandering around.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I come back to the settlement and I'll find piles and piles of empty liquor bottles.
You got a bunch of drunks for your people, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start to start getting rid of them.
Now look here, guys. You got to step it up and stay off of the juice, okay?
You can have the casual drink after work.
But you got to do your job.
Just because I got, hundreds of bottles of liquor in the cabinet don't mean you can drink them all. Because like you, I scavenge everything. I mean, even if it's a bottle.
I had to look for that bottle of whiskey you're sipping on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lordy.
My only problem I'm having now with the DLC, the part where you capture the animals.
Yeah.
I've set up 2 death claw traps, 3 cat, 1 dog, and 1 gorilla. And when the death claws showed up and I let them out, my defenses killed them. Just because I'm like I had just showed up at how you fast travel.
Yeah.
And it I spawn. I also start to hear rockets going off. I'm like, oh, I'm being attacked. I run out of the building. I turn the corner and I see a death claw body just flying through the air. Like, what the hell? I go over there and my machine guns and missiles are going off on all the death claws. I'm like, no.
I need these.
Yep. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that part. The gorillas showed up. Got 2 of those. They're wandering around. Nothing happens to them. I've got 4 cats, 2 dogs, and nothing happens. But except for the mongrels. I've had a pack of glowing mongrels show up, about 8 of them.
Oh, Jesus.
And
I hate those things.
I didn't even set up a trap. They just showed up. And I'm like, well, kill them. Kill them and strip them of everything, because how's that go? Fallout, how's it? Scavenge is life.
Scavenge is life, scavenge is love. That's about all you can do.
Yeah. And like with the power armor,
oh God.
I pickpocketed a lot of them.
Oh, you mean from the Raiders? Because
No,
if you
from
kill the Raider in the
the Brotherhood.
oh
Like if I'd see Brotherhood out in the field fighting,
yeah,
I'd help them out. And then when they weren't looking, I'd take the fusion core.
and they would just get out.
They'd get out, walk away, I'd jump in and take off.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Some of them I
That
would
is
kill.
beautiful.
Some I would kill because there was sometimes where they actually came after me.
Oh,
So I got to a point where I would just kill them.
okay.
Yeah. All good.
Lordy.
Oh shit.
No worries. It's getting close to cutoff time. But I'm excited for what Fallout 4 has to offer. Seriously, I feel like Far Harbor and these first two free DLCs, which are really solid DLCs considering
Yeah.
previous games and what they've offered for DLCs. It's falling along the lines as The Witcher. If you've ever played The Witcher 3,
I tried 3.
okay, see, you know how it is with the way they release their content. There was 15 or 20 free little patches, minor quest stuff from CD Projekt Red for Witcher 3. It's kind of
Right.
what Fallout's doing. The first two are free. Far Harbor's going to be the first big paid one.
Right.
And after that, we don't know. We don't know if they're going to say, hey, we got a couple more ideas that are going to be really great for a free update. Have fun, do whatever. I'm all for that. It's good news for the longevity of the game, for my interest in the game, just because I'm gonna keep playing it until a new one comes out or until a new Elder Scrolls comes out. So,
Well, I want them to release the motorcycle.
me too.
If I
Or
can build a robot, I should be able to rebuild the motorcycle.
if we can build automated robots and automated defenses, why can't we build a damn car or a motorcycle to zip in and out of stuff? Why not?
Exactly. Yep.
There
Maybe
was a
they will.
mod for that in New Vegas.
That I
Pretty
heard
sure
about.
there's probably going to be a mod made for it when the official creation kit comes out for Fallout 4. It actually comes out this month or May. And
Oh,
we
really?
actually get the legit mod tools and the build tools that they use to make the game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For
I've
PC,
made
though?
for PC, maybe Xbox, because I know Xbox and PS4, they're going to get the mods. Limited mods, as I said, but we might see the possibility to create community mods and import them to the Xbox, that kind of thing. That's going to be great.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So I'm all for it. I could sit and talk about Fallout for days. There's just too much content for it. You really can't go wrong with it. Seriously. That's a biased opinion because I'm a full-on fanboy for Fallout. Not even gonna lie. Same for Elder Scrolls. It's Bethesda.
Right.
Bethesda and ZeniMax. I'm sorry, but anything they do and they publish together, I'm gonna love. Even Elder Scrolls Online.
Do that hardcore.
So, yeah.
I'm kind of like that with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. Black Flag and Syndicate. Oh my lord, I had a blast.
I even like Unity.
Oh wow. See, wow, that's a first. That is. I am legitimately surprised that you enjoyed it. It was so broken for so many people. Me and Travis both. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I mean,
Really?
I've designed a couple of little video games with the little mod maker called RPG Maker. And some of the simple mistakes that were in Unity, sorry, it was, yeah. Well, don't get me started on that one. It's
Well, I
like
guess
my
from your
love-hate
point of view, you
relationship
would
with
notice that stuff. But the only thing I noticed in Unity was the fact there's no mirror reflections.
there was no mirror reflections. When you stood on the roofs, your character's boots were a solid in-game length, a solid inch above the roof. But there was a noticeable gap, and that was never fixed. That just irked me so much. Just the fact that I'm walking and running along this roof, but I'm not physically touching it in the game. I know it's a game, but oh my lord.
I can't help it. I mean, I liked it ever since the first one, and
That's good. That's just fine.
that includes the one with the girl.
Uh, Brotherhood,
Liberation.
maybe. Which one?
Liberation.
Liberation.
It was ported for it came out for PCP only, not PCP. Sorry, PS. Don't even wonder where my brain's at. It was Assassin's Creed
Liberation. It
Liberation.
was for the Vita. Okay,
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed
Vita.
3
Yeah.
Liberation. Gotcha.
And they later ported it for Xbox. That one I liked.
Okay. All right.
I was like, people are like, they were mad because of the girl. I'm like, why? Because she's not showing off her breasts. She's covered.
And that's why I loved Syndicate, because of Evie Fry and Jacob Fry. Evie was the brains, Jacob Fry was the brawn and the brutal force.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
Nope.
I'm all for a solid female protagonist, just like Lara Croft in the new Tomb Raider. She ain't showing nothing like that, and in fact, half the outfits you get for the chick are full coverage. But she's still a badass. Warrior woman all the way.
Too many people are used to the games with the women half naked. That's what they want. Yep. You know what I mean?
But alrighty. That's going to do it for us tonight, guys. It was just casual talk about Fallout 4. Steve and I could go on for days. Come to know the man loves the game as much as I do, and you can't ever go wrong with Fallout. It's good to have you on the show tonight, Steve. I look forward to possibly having you again as well. You're more than welcome as a guest host here with us.
Sounds good to me. Fridays or Saturday nights, I'm home.
That'll work.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. We're gonna call it. We got a little outro video for y'all. But this is Brandon saying goodnight, Steve.
Ad Victorian.
Yeah. Ad Victorian, brother.
That's right, man.
All right, guys. We're calling it.
Have a good night.
There we go.